On cutting section 8. Hmm. Interesting. Good morning. Give me a second. You know that clock takes a little while and we always beat the clock. Let's see. That's pretty nice. I think that'll work for today. Hope everybody's good. Let's step up. We're going to turn, get our wrist ready. We're going to summon the power by the powers of Grayskull. Hey, man. Are you ready today? It's Sunday, Purple Sunday, as you can see. Let's go. Uh, yeah. Uh, and wake up those paws. Ooh, those fingertips are cool this morning, guys. And I really do need this. I've been up since 3 o'clock. Ooh, ooh. And it makes her wanna lick me like a lollipop, lollipop. Lick like a lollipop. Shorty wanna pop. It's your boy. Y'all ready? Let's do it. It's Sunday, June 1st. That's right, y'all. It's 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this is our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed. We made it another day. That's right, and that's all it's about. Another day to get it right, and another day to keep on moving. Don't stop like the hands of time. That's right, y'all. It's Sunday. It's early, 6 o'clock to be exact. This is our bottom line. And like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. And so do all of the co-hosts. I got to tell you guys, I'm excited today. The clip is loaded. We got a lot to cover. I was like, oh my God, I don't think we got enough. I was up at 3. Okay, we got another one. Let's save that one. Let's get another one. Oh my God. And then I was able to bring it on home. So I feel like we really got a good show today. I'm talking about production down to the wire. That's what we did today. That's right, you guys. Production down to the wire. We've been working all night to bring this to you, just to make sure that you guys are entertained, not just to look at some videos and have a little bit of comments. No, we want to keep up with what we got going on with our current events. We want to talk about breaking news. We want to get everything out that we haven't talked about before. Plus, want to get to those comments. So without any further ado, what the first thing I want to do is what? I want to get in those comments. I want to see who's here. And then I want to know where you're chiming in from, because I mean it, we're about to get busy today. If you guys leave, I feel sorry for you, because we're going to start off one way and we're going to end off another. So let's get to these comments right now. I want to see who's in the building for Purple Sunday. I already saw you, Bill Andy. Good morning, Bill Andy. We got Harley in the building. Always loved and respected as usual. Yes, love and respect to Casey. That's the dude right there as well. HLN family. Bugatti in the building. Strong Island as always in the house. We got Bill Andy not even playing around. He up in Alaska, but we always know that Bill Andy represents. We got Kendra Walker up in the building that's saying at Guy. It was actually at Harley. Thanking him. That's right. Thank Lee Jean says, good morning, my boy. Thank you guys. Good morning. Who else we got up in the building? Everybody's up early this morning. Okay, we got some people up in here. Kendra says, good. She says, grand rising from VA. We got Bill Andy, like I already said. We got Lee Jean. Good morning. Where you from, Lee Jean? We got Jewel says, good morning from Iceland. Come on now. Iceland? Now, Jewel, don't go nowhere, because I'm going to get to work for you. I'm going to show you today what this show is about, because this is probably the first time we ever had somebody from Iceland in the building, and that means I'm going to have to go find some content for you for tomorrow. I need you to stick around. Who else we got? Who else we got up in the building? We got Who else we got? We got Rebecca. Yes, we got Rebecca Rebecca Lanyen Bueno, and she's always chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's right. What else who else we got up in here? We got Guy. Hello, everyone. Thank you for the free membership. Okay, there you go. What else you got? Lee Jean says, hey, we got Batty Lynn says, good morning from Detroit. There we go. We got Mark Dorfman. Good morning, NYC. That's right. We don't alienate anybody. As long as you're saying comments that have to do with what we got going on, we want to make sure that we get your comments out as well. We don't worry about the tips and the super chats and stuff like that. Everybody has a floor and an area to talk in here, and that's what we're going for today, you guys. So guess what? Without any further ado, I got a lot in the clip, and I need to get to these titles. I don't want to waste you guys' time. I want to earn my keep. Not asking for nothing right now. I'm ready to get to work. So what do we got going on over here? What do we got going over here with this fantastic thumbnail? I mean, whoever put this together, that person has a lot of character with them, don't they? That's a pretty good thumbnail for this morning. Without any further ado, let's get into this title. What we got here? We got Trump plans on cutting Section 8. That means that a lot of people are going to have to go work. Nothing ever you do. Work. And nothing to say. Work. Nothing to play. You got to work. You got to work. So in 2 years, they're saying that you might have to, that's right, get out of Section 8 because there is about to be a limit on Section 8, you guys. That's right. Trump plans on cutting Section 8. Many people are going to feel the ramifications of this. I know a lot of people have a lot of pushback, and we have the clip. Want you guys to see. We're going to keep on moving forward because what else do we have? We got Kevin O'Leary says that China is finally getting the message on tariffs. Yes, Xi Jinping, the president, ruler, high exalted leader of China, communist China, is finally paying attention, and it looks as if we may have a tariff deal. And last but not least, what do we have, guys? We have a lone Biden official who breaks their silence on his cognitive decline. Yes, Joe Biden, while he was the president, they're saying that he has a lot of cognitive decline. You guys saw it. We weren't fooled with our own eyes, but we were told by so many people that that was not the case. We're going to look into those people as well as much more, and that's what we're doing this morning, you guys. I got a lot more. I got stuff from Florida. We got stuff coming in from Detroit. Detroit, stay in here because we got you guys loaded this morning. What I need to do right now, I'm ready to get to work. So let's get to work. Let me get you guys your first clip. Make sure everything is working properly over here. Let's get this audio up. Hope everybody is having a blessed morning. I mean, we made it another day, guys. How much better can it get? We got time to make our problems, solve our problems. We got time to praise our families and be happy. And that's all that we really care about. But right now, we're going to go on to the Oval Office because as you guys know, there was a lot of activity going on in the Oval Office over the week. Elon Musk basically resigned from his position as the head of Doge, and President Trump basically sent him off with a few nice words as well as a small token of his appreciation. Here's a bit of a clip of what we're going to take out of that video, and we're going to keep on moving. I'm going to stack 4 at a time so that we can get a conversation going, and then we're going to keep moving. So let's get into this, guys. Good morning, and I'm so glad that you're here.
We talk trade. And we said, we can't trade with people that are shooting at each other and potentially using nuclear weapons. And they're great leaders in those countries, and they understood and they agreed. And that all stopped, and we're stopping others from fighting also, because ultimately we can fight better than anybody. We have the greatest military in the world. We have the greatest leaders in the world. We put one of them in charge of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, as you know, General Raisin Kane. And we wiped out ISIS, completely wiped out ISIS in 3 weeks. They said it would take 5 years, and we did it in 3 weeks. And that's the way it is. But we don't want to have to use our military. We want to be peace through strength when we can. And that's the way we're going to have it. So I just want to thank Elon and all of his people. Most of those people are staying. Almost all of them are staying, and they're going to be with us. And you're going to see the results coming long into the future. Even a year and 2 years later, you're going to see a lot of the results, and those hundreds of billions of dollars are going to be adding up, and they're going to continue to add. It'll be interesting, really interesting to see what the final number is going to be. But again, Elon gave an incredible service. Nobody like him, and he had to go through the slings and the arrows, which is a shame because he's an incredible patriot. The good news is that 90% of the country knows that, and they appreciate it, and they really appreciate what he did. And I gave him a little special something we have here.
Thank you.
A very special.
Wouldn't it be cool if building a website felt like working in your favorite design tool? With Framer?
And, you know, a lot of Washington Post also. I have gotten to see things that I was very surprised at. Fraud and abuse. Just as an example, Doge canceled $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education. $101 million, and that was just a small section of the of dollars are going to be adding up, and they're going to continue to add. It'll be interesting, really interesting to see what the final number is going to be. But again, Elon gave an incredible service. Nobody like him, and he had to go through the slings and the arrows, which is a shame because he's an incredible patriot. The good news is that 90% of the country knows that, and they appreciate it, and they really appreciate what he did. And I gave him a little special something we have here.
Thank you.
A very special that I give to very special people. I have given it to some, but it goes to very special people, and I thought I'd give it to Elon as a presentation from our country.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elon.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you. That's a lot. The luck in this is amazing.
It's a large lot.
Well, let me say perhaps a few words. That this is not the end of Doge, but really the beginning. My time as a special government employee necessarily had to end. It was a limited time thing. It's 134 days, I believe, which ends in a few days. So, so that you know, it comes with a time limit. But the Doge team will only grow stronger over time. The Doge influence will only grow stronger. It's I liken it to sort of Buddhism. It's like a way of life. So it is permeating throughout the government. And I'm confident that over time we will see $1 trillion of savings and a reduction in $1 trillion of waste and fraud reduction.
All right, guys, let's keep on moving because we have to. That's what we got. We got to keep on moving. Just wanted you guys to get the full words, like we always say. You want to get it from the horse's mouth. So any other time you're hearing it from someone else, other news, you know that you heard it first directly from them. Want you guys to see what else we got going up next. We got these ICE raids that's coming up. Come on, you guys, come to the front of the stage. We're talking about Los Angeles. No other than Los Angeles. We got these ICE raids at illegal underground nightclubs in Los Angeles. Not too much audio going on here. I learned how to tell you guys that just in case you might think, what's going on with the audio? Right here, there's a little bit of audio where it interrupts and it goes in and out. But we want to see what's the real meat on the bone, which is the raids that are going down that I wanted you guys to pay attention to. So check this out right here, guys. We got everybody setting up outside. It looks like they even have the ghetto birds in the sky right now, ready to go. They call those ghetto birds. Basically, I guess, you know, tracking and seeing what's going on with the area, getting ready and prepared, putting on all of their bulletproof vests, all of this stuff. They're just basically gearing up here. Then all of us, now they have everybody here. These are like Asian, Taiwanese, different people that they have that they found at workplaces, as well as a nightclub that was a underground nightclub that they busted. And you're gonna see those people coming up here next. Where they have like you could tell the difference in the clothing, the night clothing from these day workers here. So these are now the people that were at the nightclub. All illegals, all had like deportation strikes against them, were all deemed to be deported. I think that there was 200 people in this entire situation, and they're saying that 100 were arrested. taking all of their information and everything. Everybody's getting arrested here.
Is she rode with anybody or has keys?
As you can see, there's major crackdowns going on all over our country now, everywhere.
Yeah, is she going in that van?
Yep,
So they were in the nightclub.
All of them.
Nightclub. This guy's actually crying.
Architecture and interior design.
So yeah, it's a lot going on with that. As far as when it comes down to illegal deportations, they're coming on work sites, job sites. They're actually coming to restaurants. They're coming to clubs, everywhere. If you're going to court to actually appear to go to in front of an immigration judge, guess what? They're actually outside waiting nowadays. So check this out. We got to keep on moving because I owe you 2 more. They call this the squeeze heads, where Kevin O'Leary is going to be explaining the tariffs and why it's actually a good thing and the positioning of China right now, and that they're finally following up and responding. We never really got a response from China before. They were like the last people to trade when it comes down to tariffs. Very, very, I would say, worthy adversaries. They're really stern in their beliefs. And finally, it seems as if we have a little bit of motion here when it comes down to the trade agreements. So check this out, you guys. We got this queued up just to this part right here, because even if it's a couple of seconds of information, I think we need to know it. Why? It's about the money, 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 money. And y'all don't play when it comes down to the money.
So we've been talking about this together for the last couple of days. What do you make of this last development and of the situation in general?
I think the market is taking in stride now in terms of the negotiations going on with places like the EU, India, Japan, Canada, Mexico. They haven't stopped. The teams are still in Washington. They understand Trump has other leverage, that he's going to stay on this mandate around trade. The market has decided we're going to end up in a reciprocal 10%. That's what it thinks right now with all those countries. The other stack that also blew up this morning was Trump about China. As you know, in Geneva a few weeks ago, they talked about reducing tariffs and allowing certain elements like magnets and rare earth and everything else to come in. They haven't complied with that. The Chinese don't play by the rules. They never have since the 2000. What they've learned is there's no consequence. Every administration for a long time has always let China do whatever they want. That's their knee-jerk reaction. That's what they expect Trump's going to do. That's not happening. Trump is continuing to squeeze Chinese heads, and he's not going to stop. And I think they're starting to get that message. And that's very important because we haven't done anything in 40 years with these guys. They cheat, they steal, they rip off IP. They don't play by the rules at all. They don't even care. They don't give a poop. That's the way I like to put it. And I do business there, and I understand how it's worked for a long time.
And I do business there, so I understand how it works for a long time. So that's why every time he talks about this category, I can feel it. I can feel it. Boom, 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 boom. Every time he talks about this category, I can feel it. Anytime you're trying to make a product, they'll try to steal the box. They'll try to steal the design. They want to. Anytime you send them something, I'm going to give you guys a really good, insightful information right here that you probably never knew. I started a company with a bunch of other guys. I was a very small part of the creation of Academics Clothing Company. You know what happened when we made all of our t-shirts and we sent the designs over to China? Yeah, they sent the ones back that we paid for, but they kept the machines going. They kept the machines going and made over 30,000 other t-shirts and shipped them off to other countries and places and made tons of money off of it. That's why I understand exactly what happens when it comes down to IP and stealing information and stuff like that. Also, I write books. So Amazon has already ripped us off many times. It's a lot that happens with the big guys because they look at us like we're small and we can't do anything about it. Moving right along. And that's why, again, why you always see myself refer to a business person, because I can understand it, and hopefully you guys can understand that as well and see it coming from that aspect. And we're going to thank this got to be Harley right here with the $200 super chat. Everybody turn around. Everybody, already 9 people, they already love you. We already got mad love for Harley. So we already got mad love for you. We're all going to turn around and say thank you to Harley for all of the love and support that you've been showing to the show this entire month, and as long as you've been a part of the show. And keep on chiming in. We love your comments as well. We want you to be a major part of the show. Also, you guys, I don't know if you guys like Discord, go ahead and join the Discord because we actually have one. Myself and Giovanni, we've been working really hard on that. I'm starting to figure out how to do channels and stuff. If anybody wants to give me tips, I'm all open for that, real talk. And again, we really appreciate you so much, Harley, and we thank you so much. You make my work feel like I'm appreciated. You really make me feel appreciated. I just want you to know that, and I appreciate you so much, and I thank you for all of the love that you showed and support to the show. We're going to move right along right now because we've got our President Trump who's in the Oval Office. I know we probably saw this clip before. This is when I want to bring this title in. I want to bring this wording in. It's called the taco. And they're explaining of what the taco is, because basically in Washington's Oval Office, Trump lashes out at a reporter for asking him the question of being a taco. We just went over a little bit when it came down to Kevin O'Leary when it talked about trade. What I want to try to explain to people sometimes is sometimes you might make a product and it may not actually make it. Something might happen where it just doesn't make it. You have an idea. That doesn't always mean that you're going to make that idea come to fruition. You might have 1,000 ideas and 5 of them might work. Guess what? Happens to a lot of people. So when you dwell on saying, hey, but this didn't work for this person, that didn't work for that person, it's not always going to work for each person. So sometimes you'll have successes and sometimes you'll have failures. That's what you got to realize. And as long as you keep on moving, it actually makes you better as a person. And it might make you start to knock out a lot of those things and get things actually done. The reason I'm saying this right now is because I want you guys to check out this clip right now when it comes to Trump lashing out at this reporter for explaining what the taco analogy is. And just check this out.
Everybody, how are you? You all ready? Happy about that situation. I think we're
Mr. President, Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response?
Now watch Janine Pirro's eyes, because she caught it as soon as she said it. Janine's eyes just floated to Trump, then it's floated to the left like she doesn't want to give it too much attention.
President, Wall Street analysts have coined a new term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, and then I chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number? And I said you have to open up your whole country. And because I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff. 6 months ago, this country was stone cold dead. We had a dead country. We had a country people didn't think it was going to survive, and you ask a nasty question like that. And in many ways, I think we really helped China tremendously because, you know, they were having great difficulty because we were basically going cold turkey with China. We were doing no business because of the tariff, because it was so high. But I knew that. But don't ever say what you said. That's a nasty question.
I don't really like.
Okay, guys, I had to get that out again. I know I played that clip the other day, but this was like an extended part of it, and it was like a little more energetic. You guys know. Y'all know he went in on that. He was tight behind that. What y'all got for me in the comments? Y'all done stacked enough for the clip. I done stacked enough. What else we got over here? We got job 4 with that. Get him to work right there, says job 4. Get him to work, and that's appreciated with the 2. That's the 200. That's the 200, because we look at them 2s. We call those the 2s and the fuse. If everybody was to look out and give the 2s and the fuse, we all could do a lot better, all better. We can do a lot better. I'm sorry to be rambling, but I'm kind of caught up in that clip, and I still owe you guys because I want to get to this. See what you guys have to say about that clip right there. Don't go nowhere. We on a roll right now, and I'm telling you, it's only gonna get better. You guys do me a favor. Let's get those people out of here right now. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? So let's do that right now. Everybody who appreciate the content and what we got going on right here, go ahead and double tap that screen. The reason I'm saying that is because a lot of people, they be like, oh my God, he's asking for a like. It's so much money. It's going to be, that's $1 million dollars. We can't do it. We just can't give him a like. I mean, it's so hard for so many people to give likes. It's just hilarious over here. So this is how we're going to do it. We appreciate all of the twos and the fews and all of the lookouts when it comes to the super chats. We love it and we so appreciate it. And some people can and some people can't. That's why we really appreciate the ones that can. We really ask to get those numbers up because when we get those likes up and those numbers go up, that makes more people come over here. And that's what we're really trying to do, get more followers. We're trying to get more members and more subscribers to get in front of us, to get our channel out there, to get us known more. And again, we appreciate everything that you guys do, the fact that you actually come here and that you're patient. So do me a favor, double tap that screen right now to get those likes up, because we got another situation coming up right here where I didn't know this and it's being said, but let's be really careful with how we talk about it because of the fact that we don't want to get clipped. We've got a situation that someone says could be explained, Nicole Wallace, and she asked about Musk's reported intense drug use. Not going to say that word, not going to get clipped. His drug use. Did anybody know that there's a possibility that allegedly Elon Musk was utilizing a lot of drugs? Not even going to say the type because that might get me too. Other day they got me for saying one word. Y'all not gonna get Bugatti again. You see how fast I learn, y'all? See how fast I learn? I ain't gonna get the show shut down this early. Come on now, we gotta keep going.
Only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon. Yes, take over. Hi, everyone.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
This next story could explain some things, maybe. That was just one of the many chaotic moments, performative moments of Elon Musk's time alongside Donald Trump on the campaign trail in 2024. Now, some truly shocking new reporting by the New York Times finds that while campaigning with Donald Trump last year, Elon Musk engaged in drug consumption that, quote, went well beyond occasional use, to the point where it began to have a physical impact on him. New York Times reports this, quote, as Elon Musk became one of Donald Trump's closest allies last year, leading raucous rallies and donating about $275 million to help him win the presidency, he was also using drugs far more intensely than previously known. That's according to people familiar with his activities. Musk's drug consumption went well beyond occasional use. He told people he was taking so much ketamine, a powerful anesthetic, that it was affecting his bladder, the known effect of chronic use. He took ecstasy and psychedelic mushrooms, and he traveled with a daily medication box that held about 20 pills, including ones with the markings of the stimulant Adderall. That's according to a photo of the box and people who have seen it. Musk has said that he was prescribed ketamine to treat depression, taking it approximately every 2 weeks. He told his biographer this, quote, I really don't like doing illegal drugs. However, the Times reports this, quote, Musk had been using ketamine often, sometimes daily, and mixing it with other drugs, according to people familiar with his consumption. The line between medical use and recreation was blurry, troubling some people close to him.
All right, you guys, I don't know, but they, he was jumping around. I don't know. Did he say I'm drunk, MAGA, when he went up there? I don't know. I don't want to label anybody being on drugs. What do you guys think about this? I'm in the comments. What y'all got? Mike says, why is Brian Pumper in a Steve Harvey suit? That's a good one. Jack says, I want to be invited to that party. Batty Lynn says, just leave Elon alone. He has the money. Let him do what he wants as long as it's not hurting anyone. Okay, Taurus says, this guy is not watching Doing's performance. All right, Bill Andy says, ha ha ha, bullshit. Okay, guess what, y'all? You know what I'm saying to myself, right? New York Times might be getting sued again for writing stuff like that. Not only that, MSNBC picking it up and being on the tail end. They might catch another one because Trump is already suing him already. What else you guys got for me up here in the comments? What y'all got for me? Oh no, an American used drugs. Job for 9 says, what about Hunter's use? Ooh. Job said, what about Hunter? They looking for that where that Bills Nag or Kills note came from. Job for 9. You heard me, Job for 9? They looking for where that Bills Nagger Kills note came from. Okay, Missy B says lies. What else y'all got? Iman says Elon loves his D-Rugs. Freedom says lies. Rudy says in the year 2023, India and China had the fastest growing GDP. I got to keep on moving, you guys, because now, you know, Elon had a little black shiner on his face right there, right? You know who he said hit him? He said his son hit him in the eye. He said little X caught him in the eye. Now, I'm thinking that, you know, all this D-Rugs going on, talking about, I mean, could he got into a little spat with somebody where they, you know what I'm saying, gave him an eye jammy? That's what we used to call it back in the days, y'all. We used to call it an eye jammy. Check this out right here. He's going to get asked directly, what's going on with the eye jammy, bro? We see the little mark on your face. So what's going on with that?
What is your eye okay? What happened to your eye? I noticed there was a bruise there.
Well, it wasn't. I wasn't anywhere near France. So, but
what does that mean?
No,
I didn't notice his
First lady of France.
Slapped, you know.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, no, I was just horsing around with Lil X, and I said, "Go ahead, punch me in the face," and he did. Turns out, even a 5-year-old punching you in the face actually does.
That was X that did it?
Yeah.
X could do it. If you knew X,
I saw his mom right now.
So he said that was big. How do you call it? Is that adult abuse when the child gives the parent an eye jammy? I guess everybody's a human being, you know. You playing with your kid, you know, y'all playing boxing or whatever like that. Boop. But do we believe that little X gave him that eye jammy? I don't know. Just want to ask you guys. I'm gonna keep on moving. Okay, we got a lone Biden official who breaks his silence, and he's basically talking about Biden's cognitive decline. Yes, this has been something that we've been following since the books come out, since his value has went down. So many people are not booking the former President Biden. But now, as the maraschino cherry on top, we've got a lone Biden official who's breaking his silence and talking about the cognitive decline.
Cover it up. Only one person responded to that, and we'll get to that in just a minute, but that was Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra. But here's a flashback of Biden cabinet officials defending his mental fitness.
We have a very bold and vibrant president in Joe Biden.
The most difficult part about a meeting with President Biden is preparing for it.
Oh, please.
Because he is sharp, intensely probing, and detail-oriented and focused.
The president has no impairment. The president...
You've never seen any.
I don't know how many ways I can say this.
I wish you could be in a room with him the way I often am, seeing how he is simultaneously focused on a big picture vision and very focused on details.
Is he fit? He's proven it. He is, and he can do the job. I think his experience has helped him be a great president.
What else are they lying about? When I see people stare into the camera and lie to our face and to those reporters' faces, ask them directly, you have to just ask, what else are you lying about? And they will never have credibility with the American people. I think with the Democratic Party, it's going to be the people that knew and did and lied, and then the people that had nothing to do with it. The people that had nothing to do with it will be the ones that have a future in the party. So Xavier Becerra, the former HHS secretary, said this. He responded to Fox News Digital. He said, I met with President Biden when needed to make important decisions and to execute with my team at HHS. It's clear the president was getting older, but he made the mission clear. Run the largest health agency in the world. Expand care to millions more Americans than ever before. Negotiate the cost of prescription drugs and pull us out of a worldwide pandemic. And we delivered.
These people just don't get it. In order for this to work, they need to give a full confession. The talking point of that he was older is irrelevant. We have people that are older than the president that can still be able to do the
Who is running the country? I want to know that. That's the only thing I want to know. I understand all of this stuff is going on, but I just want to know who is really running the country, you guys. And I think you want to know too. But now it's over for politics. I know you guys are like, no more politics. No, we have no more politics. Yes, we are all caught up. And thank you guys for your patience. I'm going to keep on moving right now. Let's get to some excitement. And how do you get to some excitement? Got to go to nowhere other than what? Florida. Let's go, y'all. Florida, step to the front of the stage. Because we got this man who's been arrested for DWI. violence. That's right. You're not even going to get me caught with that word. De-violence. There was a note left in the Jersey Mike's bathroom by his kidnapped wife. And luckily, she was very detailed in how she went about this. Ladies, check this out. If you ever have this sort of a problem, might be a way that you guys can get out of it and get a message to someone that can help you. Very serious topic right now. Very serious point I want you guys to see. Check this out and let me know what you guys think in the comments. Also, double tap that screen if you appreciate the work that we putting in to pool this stuff. It's about to turn up right now.
The investigation started when deputies were called to a Jersey Mike's restaurant on Navarre Parkway earlier this week. That's where an employee saw something out of the ordinary. Sandwich artist Eleanor Coffey expected Tuesday to be a normal day at the sandwich shop. That was until she noticed something suspicious in the bathroom.
There was this little piece of crumpled up paper that was shoved next to our toilet paper dispenser, and it looked like a piece of trash.
Coffey opened up the paper and was alarmed by the message inside.
She was like, "Please help me. I'm at this address in Navarre. I need you to call the police and do a wellness check."
According to deputies, the victim wrote she was being held hostage. Coffey says she told her manager and immediately called 911.
Our deputies responded, looked at the letter, gathered information. She left her name and address of where she was going to be at, what kind of car would be in the driveway. So she left a lot of details in the notes so we could come to her and help her.
After reviewing surveillance footage and former case records, the sheriff's office identified 34-year-old Jordan Williams as the suspect.
There was 2 previous domestic violence incidents, so this is the 3rd.
Deputies executed a search warrant at an address they had on file about 2 miles from the restaurant. Inside, deputies found the victim who left the note in the bathroom. They say she had visible injuries and was taken to a hospital for suspected broken bones, along with other trauma.
A lot of times there are women that are held against their will and they're afraid.
Thursday afternoon, Williams had his first court appearance.
Good afternoon, Mr. Williams. Do you understand your rights, sir?
He's being held without bond.
Good. Anybody that would do that to another woman, they don't need to be walking around free in our community.
As for Coffey, she says finding the note folded up in the bathroom is an experience she'll never forget.
My heart goes out to her and her family, and I'm just, hopefully I hope that really doesn't happen again.
Williams faces a judge again next week. If you or anyone you know is also dealing with domestic violence, the sheriff's office does have a hotline for help. You can find the number on our website at weartv.com.
Now that's a hero, a sandwich artist. How about that? A Jersey Mike's sandwich artist. That's what you call her. But she's much more than that to us. She's a hero. Got a little tears in my eyes from that because I'm so happy that went down that way. What y'all got for me in the comments? Batty Lynn says, that was very smart. I'm so glad that sandwich artist didn't throw that note away. Yeah, what? Says CWA is here too, but only against Rig. Natalie Georgievich says, lucky to be alive today. Kendra Walker said, you got 358 people in the building, only 48 likes. Bill Andy says, the lady that found the crumpled note will be picked up every single piece of crumpled paper she sees. That's right, Kendra Walker. If you're enjoying the content, double tap that screen, please. Harley, another $100 super chat from Harley. Thank you so much, Harley, for the love. Celebrating this morning, our granddaughter was born last night. My wife delivered her in the car, heading to the hospital. Everyone is well. Yo, that's dope right there, Harley. That's better than the super chat. Everybody, Harley had his granddaughter last night, and his wife helped them deliver the baby inside of the car. Yo, that's crazy. Celebrating this morning. Our granddaughter was born last night. My wife delivered her in the car, heading to the hospital. Everyone is well. God bless you. God bless your granddaughter. What you trying to do, man? What y'all trying to do this morning to me? I'm already getting sensitive about that. And now you go ahead and put another maraschino on top of the sundae. Harley, God bless you and thank you so much. That's what I'm talking about. You should have said that early, but you know what? You take your time to drop yours. I ain't mad at you. And congratulations. I guarantee you, I know you're gonna be a great grandfather, because you probably already are, to the other 8 that you said that you have, right? So what you got, 8 or 9 now? Let us know, Harley. How many you got now? Now, We're gonna keep on moving because these people are nothing like Harley and his family. They don't want to work. Not this ain't got nothing to do with Harley. We talking about these people on Section 8. We got to keep it going. Yes, we got other stuff going on, but I got to keep working. We got this. I'm gonna just say it straight up and down. They trying to say Blills knack people. Yeah, Blills knack people like myself. They try to say that we don't want to work and that they're fuming over Trump cutting Section 8. People are refusing to work, and they're gonna be pretty upset because they put limits on how long you can have Section 8 now. Harley, thank you so much. Just lighten up my day. The super chat one thing, but the other stuff you can't take that away. That enlightenment feeling, that excitement that you just gave us. We are so blessed just for you to be here, and we thank you for giving us that information. Everybody, come on now. Give Harley's family love and prayers for the baby, that they have a long and a healthy life and a healthy birth and everything. That's right. That's what we do over here. We show love to our co-hosts, and that's what Harley is, a co-host. We're gonna keep on moving forward because I want you guys to see. I had to take this clip from someone else's work. I'm gonna give this credit to Black conservative person because this person actually found this clip. I couldn't find it. So I basically had to use this other person's info, and I don't mind doing that and giving him the credit because what he has to say and what's in the beginning of this clip is actually what's going on.
Well, Maria, I think it's a paradigm shift. You know as well as I do, work restores dignity. Yeah. Work brings pride. And our welfare system deviated from what it was intended to be from its origin. It was intended for the most vulnerable to the most needy in our country. But now we've created welfare as a lifestyle in our country. And America is not a welfare state. America is a country of opportunity and a country of entrepreneurship. And so this will help us to encourage able-bodied people in America that are receiving government subsidies to work. There was a study that came out, almost 50% of households that are receiving HUD funds, almost 50%, not one person in that household is working. And that has to change. That culture, that paradigm has to change. At HUD, this is common sense compassion. We want to help people and invigorate and encourage people to work, able-bodied people to work. We're not talking about the elderly. We're not talking about those that are disabled. Able-bodied, able-minded people that are receiving HUD funding should go to work to restore dignity, Maria. Maria, you get up early in the morning and you work, you serve. And so we want to give other people and encourage others the same opportunity. And so this is a great step forward, working with our colleagues at Agriculture and also Health and Human Services and Dr. Oz to be kind of a catalyst to change the trajectory of the lives of people in our country.
I think it's a great point that you make, Secretary.
Boy, oh boy. Yep, that's where it's going down now. And they got limits on Section 8 now, y'all. It's only going to be about 2 years that you can float now on Section 8 before they say you got to have a JOB if you want to stay on Section 8. Check this out. Here we go. Y'all saw this yesterday, but I'm running it again because there's more meat on the bone.
Stories. President Donald Trump has proposed a skinny budget that includes cutting federal government rent assistance by 40%, essentially ending the Section 8 voucher program. Trump proposes sending that money to individual states that can then design their own rental assistance programs based on their unique needs and preferences. In its request, the White House called the current system of federal rental assistance dysfunctional. The proposal would also impose a 2-year cap on rental assistance for able-bodied adults, sending a bigger share of the money to the elderly and disabled. In addition, the budget includes $25 million in housing grants for young people aging out of foster care. HUD Secretary Scott Turner said that the rental assistance programs have become, quote, too bloated and bureaucratic to efficiently function, and praised the restructuring of the aid programs. The budget has to be approved by Congress, but lawmakers are under pressure to cut excessive and wasteful spending from the federal government. With states taking control of the rental programs, they have the ability to make sure the same number of people are covered, giving the states more flexibility on how they can use the money. Another part of Trump's budget includes a shift on how homelessness funding is allocated, giving the money directly to the states rather than thousands of local nonprofits. That's what you need to know.
All right, y'all. What y'all think about that? Section 8 being ended. They saying that the sister, she gonna be mad when they say, I'm sorry, but ma'am, your Section 8 has now been limited. You're gonna have to get a job. Jawaka team are gonna be like, what you mean I gotta get a job? How dare you tell me I gotta get a job? I got 7 kids up in here. Somebody gonna have to help me with these kids. How I'm gonna go to work and I got 7 kids to take care of? I'm in the comments, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Robert, appreciate you. What else we got over here? Bill Andy says, giving me money directly to the state will be the disaster. They will waste. I love this. We used to give Bill Andy says, giving the money directly to the state will be a disaster. They will waste and utilize it and project not even intended. There you go. Yeah, what says, put them in jail. Okay, Charles says, at Jasmine James Wright. Black 999C says, blessed Sunday, y'all. Yes, it is. Who we got? We got Robert with the $5 super chat. Enough with the milking of the taxpayers. There you go, Robert. There you go, Robert. Get to work. Go out there and bang a nail or bring a tray to a table. Rudy the Boxer says, and they run down the nicer neighborhoods. They put those Section 8 neighborhoods in the suburbs. You ain't never lying about that. But you know what I'm going to ask you guys? Did you know that you can pick up your Section 8 in one state and move it to another? Is that going to be possible since now it's not federal anymore? That's my question. Please help me out with that. I want to know what you guys think about that. Did you know that that was even possible? That's what they're doing. Ibrahim says, if the top 1% stole $1,200 monthly from every working family, you think that doesn't affect people, Troy? Okay, what you got over here? Marcus Polo says, about time housing is such a scam. There you go. What y'all got? Jasmine says, I can't even get food stamps and I work as a single mother. Ibrahim says, Troy Source, trust me, bro. Troy says, that isn't how that works. B Cal says, who said he was down because he's black? You assume he's down, huh? Nope, I ain't down. I'm a brother that just loves to share information. Y'all ready for this? I got to do it almost every episode. I'm not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. I am not an independent. I am a human being. Why we made this platform. If a Democrat says something that makes sense, I will actually says, you know what, that makes sense. If an independent says something that makes sense, I'm going to acknowledge it. If a Republican says something and does something that makes sense, I'm going to agree with it. I'm not going to be bipartisan or indifferent because of a party, because without all of that party stuff, we're still human beings. And if we can have a debate, we can have a conversation, and out of a conversation, we can get a solution. That's all we do. And that's why we always have a fantastic comment section here. Even when people don't agree, just remain respectful, because guess what? After you talk, you actually might come up with a solution. We're going to keep on moving because you already know I got to get Detroit up in the front of the stage. Detroit, you never fail us. Never fail us. So come on to the front of the stage. We got a situation at Allen Park where the police had a standoff, and I ain't getting caught again because they had a bunch of those things outside. They had somebody barricaded inside the BP gas station. You know anything about this in Detroit? Everybody from Detroit? Batty, I'm asking you. You know y'all never fail when it come down to this content over here. That's why I like our second market at our bottom line is Detroit, because you guys never fail.
Following breaking news right now in Allen Park.
A man barricaded himself inside a gas station. Fox's Dave Kinchin with the latest. What happened, Dave, here?
Yeah, this is a very dramatic scene. Let me get out of the way right now. This Marathon Station, Southfield by Allen Road in Allen Park, just passed into the city limits here. You can see these crews, the police tank right there with several law enforcement SWAT tactics there. Their weapons drawn, dealing with the suspect inside this gas station. This has been going on for at least an hour right now. May have started at a McDonald's across the street, but that's early information right now. But you can see some movements here in this very active scene, a negotiator trying to figure out how to get this individual out of here. But that's the latest here in Allen Park. Back to you.
Following breaking news right now in Allen.
Now, that ain't the only place that's going down in Detroit. Now, we got another situation over here where we got some shills knots. I know y'all love the way I flip these words now. Shills knots. You're not going to get me caught. Nada mas. Shills knots rang out at a Detroit prom. Yes, at a prom. Again, never fails us when it comes to D-Town. Come on, Detroit.
Prom party spiraled into...
I'm talking about they running in their Sunday's best. They trying to get clear. Check this out.
As a fun pre-prom party spiraled into a nightmare.
And now police are searching for the person who opened fire in the parking lot of Detroit's Martin Luther King High School with teens nearby. Good evening, everyone. I'm Taryn Asher.
And I'm Rupraj. Fox News' Scott Wolchek talks with a photographer who was there to catch the chaos on camera.
Around 20 shots fired at the senior prom send-off of about 200.
Okay, y'all, you know you ain't getting this nowhere else from NT by T. So what I'm gonna ask those 200, almost 300 people in the building to do is what? And this is why I want you to run, because I don't want you to see the video if you're not gonna if you're not gonna share the like. I know people like Kendra, people like Harley, you know, VIP auction group, they're gonna stick around because they vets. All the other people that's just here for the videos, they're gonna run. So we're gonna let y'all run so we can just, and then more people are gonna come in anyway. But the people that do have love and appreciate the show and the way that we pull all of this content together, we don't ask for much. We just want you to double tap that screen to get those likes up because we deserve those numbers. And we also want you guys go ahead and become a member, like and share and subscribe and turn on the notifications because I'm seeing a lot of people telling me, oh, I didn't even know that the show was on. I missed it. Turn on the notifications. That means hit that bell and that'll let you know when we on.
Students.
Hectic, scary. I didn't know where to run. Kids flying out of here in all type of cars, traffic everywhere. Police was just sitting there. I mean, it was a scary area, but it just turned crazy like a movie real quick.
Devon Hall had been taking photos and videos of students decked out in dresses and suits to celebrate their prom at MLK Senior High on Detroit's East Side when the shots rang out.
I recorded just instantly. Then I just started seeing the kids running around, following them, and I was just trying to be aware as I can. And just...
Nobody was injured, but plenty were scared.
I'm sorry that y'all had to go through this, man. We are not like this. King Ice School has been elevating, has been bringing nothing but good news to the community. So this is just like something that's just so depressing.
Devon says prior to the shooting, everyone was in a great mood. The gunshots seemingly came out of nowhere, and now police are looking for this person of interest.
Now look at that. It's always somebody, he got big old wicks in his head, and all of a sudden he want to turn up at a prom? Come on. You crazy.
A menace to society, man. It's something that we don't need in this type of community. We trying to grow and elevate something that we don't need.
When bullets fly, people die. And we just can't have you shooting around a school, around a prom, around a graduation, anything like that.
Pastor Mo with the Living Peace Movement says this type of gun violence has to stop. Somebody will get hurt. He believes more mentorships are needed.
All right, now we got to go to Houston, Texas, Houston, H-Town, knocking the boots. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? I'm going to need you guys to step to the front of the stage right now because we got a situation going on in Houston where, oh my God, woo. Now, y'all got to be careful when you go to the bank. Remember last week we talked about people trying to get your credit card, your debit card, by saying you lost a $20 bill on the floor and then picking up that $20 bill and trying to put it in your bag or whatever like that. You guys got to be careful about that. But also, these guys now are following people home. So when you go to the ATM to take money out, they don't even know what you're taking out, what the denomination is, or what you're trying to do. But guess what? They're trying to get your money. Check this out, you guys. I want you to see this.
Another Houstonian followed from a bank, sharing his story with us. And tonight we are asking, what can banks do to protect you after you make a cash withdrawal? Trayson Bragg in Southeast Houston with the story.
Yeah, that mother tells me earlier this month her son-in-law withdrew money from this ATM here at this Bank of America branch near Telephone Road and the South Loop before exiting on his way home. But what he didn't know was that there were two vehicles following closely behind him.
It could have took his life over $200.
This mother, who asked not to be identified, tells me May 5th was a scary day for her family. Her son-in-law was returning from the bank.
It's just scary all the way around.
But after leaving the ATM and completing the 5.5-mile drive home and walking through the front door, the mother tells me security cameras revealed he was being followed by not one, but two vehicles.
He was like, I just got home, like literally.
Surveillance video showing the would-be thieves who were so bold, they even pulled into the family's driveway, with one playing lookout. Another man smashed the son's car window looking for cash, but they would leave empty-handed.
He was frustrated about it, but I mean, a window can be replaced. Even the money could be replaced, his life, it can be replaced.
Her son-in-law did the smart thing, taking the cash with him inside. She shared what happened on social media, and comments flooded in of people sharing similar incidents.
As you can see, other people have been having the same sort of incidents going on with them. So this is something that's actually rampant. It's been going on. So this is why I'm bringing it up, because it's not just one or two things. It's like, yo, why Bugatti showing us that little story? No, when you get so many people like this sending comments about something like this that's going on, that's why Bugatti's showing it, in order to let more people know what's happening, just in case you wind up getting followed home or whatever like that. Or maybe just to have you pay a little more attention to what's going on around you and your surroundings. A lot of people don't do that. They go right into the bank. They get themselves in the door. They go get the money. There's somebody standing there. They don't even care. Watch what's going on. You can't ignore but so much before you get knocked in the head. What do you guys got to say about this? I want to know. Christopher says, good about time they actually had to earn their way. There you go. Stupid, says Chris. Jasmine says, thank you, Captain Obvious. What else you got? There you go, Captain Obvious. Good looking out. Thank you so much. Jasmine says, I am definitely a Trump supporter. Chris James says, I denounce America. Well, you're tripping. You're a Trump supporter, says Chris James. Chris James, guess what? I'm about to get you up out of here. I'm about to get you up out of here. You're not going to tell me who I am. If you're getting here late to the game and I've already explained that, you know what? We don't got time to play with you like that. So you ready, everybody? All in sync, say it. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Out of here. Get up out of here, Chris James. Ain't no time to play with you. Now we're going to keep it moving along. What else we got? Jasmine says, I'm not trying to stop you. Okay, what else? Bill Andy says, lights are like Section 8. They're free. that was a good one, Bill Andy. Kendra says, play nice in the comments, please, because we will get you up out of here. You already know. D-Money says, 200 LOL. They wanted the car, not the money, fool. DSL says, Chris James, you are better. You are beta. Coffee says, Coffee Lover says, but you want to get rid of those who want to be here? Okay, guys. I told you we turning up today, and this was going to be a show where we have nothing but nonstop bangers, nothing but excitement. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden, it just started turning up in the end. So if you appreciate the content, again, need you guys to double tap that screen to get more likes up, to get more people over here, because now we got this Aston Martin situation. Aston Martin music, music, dun, dun, dun. Could have been back for you. I just needed time to do what I had to do. Caught in the life, I can't let it go, whether it's right. That's right, y'all, Aston Martin. And not a good situation with the Aston Martin. We got another situation where this Aston Martin driver probably got this vehicle off a Turo, and he had a collision with a pole as he was being chased by the police. He got chased by the police. The wheel comes off as he hits the pole. He gets out of the vehicle. He starts to run. And then from there, they say he collapsed and he's no longer with us anymore. I don't even want to say those words. At the end of the story, it was a little suspect to me. I want to know what you guys think about this Aston Martin situation right here. And let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. Here we go. Check this out.
A man in a speeding Aston Martin drops dead after a short police pursuit in Boyle Heights. Good evening. This is the KTLA 5 News at 5:30. I'm Michael.
And hi, I'm Courtney Friel in Tonight for Share. After crashing a rented luxury car into a light pole in Boyle Heights, a fleeing driver takes off on foot.
He is tackled and handcuffed by police, but moments later he collapses and dies at the scene. KTLA's Sandra Mitchell live in Boyle Heights with details. Sandra.
Yeah, Micah, that crash happened at this intersection just behind us in Boyle Heights. At this point, investigators are not really sure why this driver died. But a few moments ago, I got a chance to talk to the owner of that car. He says he thinks his Aston Martin might be totaled. A luxury car crashed into a light pole, the driver dead after resisting arrest. Wanda Roscoe of Irvine is the owner of the car, but he was not in the vehicle. He had rented it out through an online site and does not know the suspect.
It looks like he hit the pole straight ahead, and the whole left tire from the driver's side completely came off on impact.
It happened at the intersection of Washington and Soto in Boyle Heights just after 3 this morning. The driver of the Aston Martin going up to 75 miles an hour on surface streets. That's when CHP went into pursuit. But when the suspect drove even faster and more erratically, CHP called off the pursuit. The driver slammed into the pole and tried to make a run for it. But CHP went right after him, and he died in custody.
There was a small amount of force that was used in the form of possibly a tackle to take the driver into custody, and he was placed into handcuffs. At this time, the fire department was called just to check on him as standard protocol. When the fire department arrived on scene, the driver started to show signs of distress.
The coroner now is investigating the cause of death. Orozco said the driver was paying $400 a day to use the car and had been approved by the online car rental site Turo.
So when he rented out the car, he rented it for 1 day, which was last Saturday. And then he kept extending it day after day. And then he finally extended it for like 5 days. He was texting me throughout the whole time saying he wanted to extend it. He wants to buy it. He's like, hey, I want one. Can you give me the information of where I can buy one?
The driver of the car has not
been identified. I ain't doing all that with your spinning ball of death. I'm good. Thank you for the story. And we appreciate you, but we're going to keep on moving because I want to know what these people in the comments have to say about that story. What y'all got for me over in these comments? Okay, I used to run a 5 miles, says Daniel. Okay. Well, we got Bill Andy says placed in the handcuffs. Okay, Daniel says, but it was 15 years ago. Ibrahim says bronze over brains in here, LMAO. Rudy the Boxer says rent. Jasmine James, not how much. Rudy the Boxer says it's foolish to rent out your personal things. I don't know what you're talking about. The most I've ever done in 1 day was 300, says Daniel. Okay, we're going to keep on moving forward because now we got this situation where this video shows moments before a bright line train collides with a car. This been going on probably, I would say the second time this month. No, second time in the last 2 months that I've seen collisions happen with these trains. You know, when the ding, 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 when that thing come down and people still try to make a run for it. Check this out right here. Seems like a normal day at the office, headed to work or going to the store. But check out what happened right here on the bright line section on the station over here.
Good morning, Miss Master.
Out of nowhere. Keep your eyes on the left-hand side of the screen, y'all. Over here. Now you're going to see oncoming traffic in that lane trying to come this way. It's going to be a black car. You see that black car come through? There you go. Stay looking right here. Look right here.
Good morning. So Louis gegangen aan Monroe zei free the office. Dat zijn is aan de einzige nacht.
I don't care if your car is short and can go under, don't do it.
Whoa!
Because a few more feet, that could have been in the front of the car. That's why you don't do that. You don't do that. Once that partition is down, you stay on the other side of the rail. You don't come across that rail line, especially with no little tiny car like that.
Whoa!
So now I don't know if he was on the phone. I don't know if they thinking, well, I always ride up under this and beat the train and make people laugh because I always make it to the other side. Yeah, don't play chicken with your life. Ain't no why did the car try to go to the other side of the railroad when something like that can happen? It's not worth it at all, y'all. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. What y'all got for me in these comments? Plus with that little old tiny car. Yeah, Bill Andy said, damn. Marbingayako, okay. America's English, please. No one to translate. Yeah, what says LOL? Let me read that. Mucho bendiga Yacabo, says just one there. And then one person said, English, please. Is this the Final Destination episode? No, it's not. It's just people wilding out. I told you it was turned up in here. Y'all gonna want to leave. Y'all leave right now if y'all want to. It's lit today on this episode. I said, yo, oh, we got that. We got that right after. We got, oh yeah, but only thing I can't say some of the words because YouTube don't like when Bugatti say the same words that the people are saying in the clips, but they got a problem with me. But it's all good. I'm so happy to be here today. It's Sunday. We having a fantastic show. Hope you guys are enjoying what's going on. And if you are, let's go ahead and double tap that screen and get those likes up. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Become a member so that you always know what's going on. And yeah, turn on post notifications. What does that mean? Hit that little bell down there under Bugatti and that lets you know when we're on, because we're on a lot. We're going to keep on moving forward because this video right here is rapper NBA Youngboy. I didn't even know. I kind of thought about this. I said, you know what? What if Trump pardons the rapper NBA Youngboy? I mean, he's already talking about the possibilities of pardoning someone else for a much more serious charge. So yeah, rapper NBA Youngboy just received a presidential pardon. And guess what he got pardoned for, y'all? Breaking into a pharmacy. They had him on tape and everything. This is first thing situation was he was prescribed some D-rugs. Then he went there and they found out that the prescriptions was fake, so they didn't give it to him. What he decided to do was allegedly break inside of the pharmacy. They caught him after he broke into the pharmacy. That's why he was in jail. Just got a presidential pardon. And guess what? The pharmacist is pretty peed off. Like, why would they give him a pardon after he did so much damage in my Utah pharmacy? So yeah, Utah, come to the front of the stage. Y'all like, wait a minute. Utah, yes, just like Ohio had content for us last week, Utah has got content for us this week. I want you guys to check out this story and see what's going on with this.
His pharmacy has been let off the hook.
Yeah, rapper NBA Youngboy was pardoned by President Trump. News specialist Shelby Lofton spoke with a former business owner about his frustrations.
The president didn't explain why he pardoned the rap star. NBA Youngboy's record includes drug fraud and weapons charges, both federally and at the state level.
My very first gut reaction to hearing that it was pardoned was, what a terrible lesson to teach your boys.
This Utah pharmacist was not happy to learn rapper NBA Youngboy is now a free man. The performer, whose given name is Kentrell Golden, was serving a 23-month sentence for federal gun charges. Before that, he paid a $25,000 fine for his involvement in a prescription drug fraud ring.
And he got all the hydrocodone.
In 2023, at least 16 pharmacies across Utah and other states were broken into.
Each one of those stores lost somewhere between $15,000 and $30,000.
Including Cache Valley Pharmacy, which Phil Cowley owned at the time.
This is where he gets caught in the door, and this is where he wishes he wore a belt.
So the windows I had to replace took my whole month's worth of earnings from me.
Golden was also involved with fraud calls, where callers disguised their voice to ask for promethazine with codeine. Cowley told us it's often used to make something called purple drink.
And as soon as they caught him, everything stopped. And so now, is he going to do it again?
Golden's attorney also worked with President Trump in a 2022 election interference investigation in Georgia.
Just to get pardoned because you know the right people? I mean, what lesson does that teach anybody?
On Instagram,
it tells you got to know the right people. That's what it tells you. Your network determines your net worth. Y'all don't forget that. Your network, the people around you determines your net worth. So yeah, kind of sucks, but that's probably why Diddy might get the same situation and treatment. What do you guys think about that? I'm in the comments. NBA Youngboy, freed of all charges. Okay, yes, Flux says network. That's right, Kirk. They had insurance. What else y'all got for me over here? Kendra says 300 people in the building with 95 likes. That means we're doing good, and I'm not going to stop. So let's keep on going right now, you guys, because we got this Shelbyville restaurant owner who is recovering after his food truck boom while he was inside of it. What I want to say about this gentleman is he still has a very strong love for his master and his creator, and he's given grace to God, the fact that he's still alive, and his family is supporting him. And the first thing that they did was turned on some very uplifting spiritual music, and he was up pumping his fists and giving all the grace to God. So I want to go ahead and give you guys that what do they call it, a spoiler alert. This man made it, and he's still praising God, and that's the only way to do it, because you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. And we're going to keep on moving, you guys, to Shelbyville, Nashville. We got to keep it moving. Don't go nowhere. Check this out.
Was amazed to be alive after his food truck exploded with him in it. He was preparing for the grand opening the same day as the blast. WSMV's Braden Ross shares his story of resilience and how you can help his family recover. We want to warn you, some of the images may be hard to see.
People need to realize your life can change in the blink of an eye.
For Floyd Thomas, Saturday was meant to be a homecoming. He and his wife, Sierra Brown, were preparing for the grand reopening of their popular Morning Glory Catfish food truck, an extension of their Unionville restaurant. They moved the truck from Murfreesboro to their hometown by popular demand.
So a lot of them couldn't come to where the restaurant was at, so we said, why don't we just come to y'all?
Sierra says Floyd and their daughter's 20-year-old boyfriend, Tayshawn, went to the truck early to get everything ready for the big day.
They went shopping to get the stuff that they needed to get. Got back to the food truck, got ready to cook. He flicked the torch lighter. As soon as it sparked, the whole truck blew up.
Floyd was med-flighted to Vanderbilt Hospital with burns covering 40 to 60% of his body. Tayshawn had burns on his face and hands.
That man is covered by the grace of God because the way that food truck looked, they said that both of them shouldn't even be here right now, but they are.
Sierra says seeing her husband in the hospital was surreal.
It's really hard because he's not a person that's used to just laying around and having to have others take care of him. He's used to having to take care of other people and get things done himself.
But this family knows how to navigate tragedy. Almost a year ago to the day, they lost their home in a house fire. Sierra says they found resilience in their faith.
I put on some Christian music for him, and even though he was hurting, he still lifted up his arms and was praising Jesus. Even though he's going through a tough time and a rough time, Amen. He never shows that on his face. Amen. Not at all. You would never know it.
Praise.
Sierra and Floyd are planning to reopen the restaurant in Unionville on May 30th. They've also started a Give, Send, Go page to help pay for Floyd's medical expenses. Sierra says Floyd will likely have to be in the hospital for a few months, but even a week after the accident, he's already itching to get back to serving up the classics.
He already said he got to get back to the community.
Preparing for another homecoming, one that now has a whole new meaning. In Shelbyville, Braden Ross, WSMV4.
To me, it's a good ending. Terrible story, but at least he's alive and he's prayed up and he's given all the grace to God, because that's the only reason that I could see how he got out of that hellfire. I'm serious. That's the only way that he got out of that hellfire, by the grace of God. And we want to pray for him. We want to pray for his family. We want to pray for the people and everybody around him that's supporting him. And we want to make sure that that GoFundMe or that fund goes up so they can take care of all of his medical expenses. And we ask this today in Jesus' name this Sunday. Amen, you guys. Amen. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you giving me the chance to do that. I just felt it was necessary. I want you guys to check this new situation out that we got going on in Florida, because y'all never fail us in Florida. Do me a favor. Come on now. Y'all know we got the good content over here. #1 show on YouTube from the 6 o'clock hour. Want to try me? Go ahead and flick the screen and see what you're going to find better. I bet you come right back. We're going to keep on moving forward right now, because Florida, yes, we got a truck driver. Yes, a beautiful story. He receives the Highway Angels Award for heroic actions after his support that he gave someone during a crash, a major crash on the highway, you guys. If y'all appreciate the content, come on now, double tap that screen and let these people know what we're doing over here. Nobody else is doing this. Let's get these stories out. Come on, y'all, let's go.
City drivers have spent the weekend combating holiday traffic. One St. Petersburg trucker has spent the long weekend combating holiday traffic. One St. Petersburg trucker has spent the long weekend working on the road, but with a new perspective. He recently received a Highway Angel Award for his actions after witnessing the aftermath of a serious crash. Fox 13's Genevieve Curtis shows us his story.
As thousands of travelers rushed to the roads this weekend,
Road warrior Deshaun Moy, a professional truck driver from St. Petersburg, was making a long-haul trip to Denver at a comfortable pace.
I just tell everybody, man, it's not worth it. Slow down. It's not worth it. Slow down and put those phones down and pay attention.
He has not been able to put a crash from last month in his rear view.
I never want to hear anybody scream like that ever again.
While driving through Alabama last month, Deshaun came upon this crash on the interstate. His wife took this video from the passenger seat. A pickup truck had hit the back of a stopped car, which forced the car underneath an 18-wheeler. Deshaun first noticed a child on the side of the road.
We didn't see anybody but this child standing on the side of the highway.
He and his wife went back to check on the child. After making sure the child was safe, people directed him to the woman inside the car that had been rear-ended. The force of the collision had crumpled her car, and she was in bad shape.
The bone was sticking out of her leg, so I knew it hurt.
Deshaun applied pressure to her wounds and held her hand.
The best thing for me to do was to grab her hand. But she reached out for me. She's like, baby, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. Please, please, please. I was scared. I was like, sweet, okay, I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to stay right here until the EMS get here.
That's when he realized her seatbelt was restricting her breathing.
So I grabbed the seatbelt at the bottom over here in the corner, and I cut it. As soon as I cut it, you could see her chest, like the airflow just started going.
He didn't have to pull over, didn't have to hold a stranger's hand or tend to her wounds. For that, the Truckload Carriers Association gave him a Highway Angel Award.
She was like, okay, thank you for so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much. She just kept saying I was a God-sent angel. And I was like, I was just right here at the right time, sweetheart. Like, that's all. Like,
There were no skid marks on the highway, meaning the driver of the pickup truck going 80 miles per hour likely never braked before hitting stopped traffic. So as you get behind the wheel this summer, this Highway Angel says he is reminded that arriving alive is the whole point of the journey. And
that was our episode right there, you guys. Y'all see that? Tell me that that wasn't fire right there. Beautiful ending. You know, they're definitely going to have to go through a lot when it comes down to her getting better. But I'm just so happy that the mother is actually, you know, going to make it out of this tragic event that she's been in. And you guys, y'all already know, we'd like to try to, you know, give good stories out. Let you guys see some good stuff going on, you know? So that Angels Award wasn't that well deserved. And the story prior to that. I want to know what you guys have to say about these stories. Let's go. I done did my work. I want to see what you guys got to say about it. I'm stacking the deck over here. Okay, Michelle says, fire report. Grateful to God he stopped. Nico says, sorry. Okay, whatever. Slumlords. Sorry for freeloaders. Uh-oh. 2 great stories. Thank you, Bugatti NYC, says Casey. What else y'all got? Daniel says, great story. Thank you. Natalie, she will never forget that stranger's kindness. Shared Fitness says, hello. Drive safe and carefully. Get off of the phones, please. Brandy says, maybe Trump has something to do with this one, huh? And she started laughing. Okay. Harley says, encouraging stories. Thank you so much. And thank you for realizing and seeing it, Harley. Andrea says, we need Section 8. Uh-oh, Andrea. Bill Andy says, skid marks in the seat. Oh, my God, Bill Andy, you're a mess. You heard that one. You're a comedian like me, but just not at the right time. Lee Jean says, but that man that was robbing this truck, he should go to jail for that, because why you didn't stop the truck when you seen the lady was talking. Man, that's crazy right now. Danielle says, super chat. What else y'all got? Jasmine James says, I can't believe NBA YoungBoy got pardoned. That made me a little mad. Bart says, LPL, he's read. Bert says, he's ready. He's reading because you can't. Ibrahim says, Jasmine, that's your president. Bill Andy says, okay, I'm reading everything. We're going to give Harley that love again for that $200 super chat. We're going to give you a whole nother 100 and say this again, because I want everybody in the comments to know that Harley is celebrating this morning because his granddaughter was born last night and his wife delivered her in the car heading to the hospital. Everybody's doing good. Now, y'all tell me that that's not a major event right there. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. And that's how you bring it home. You know what I'm talking about, y'all. Also, y'all already know what it is. It's time to talk about that money, 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 money. Y'all know what I want y'all to do right now. go into that description and see if you can make some money, because we got surveys in there today. I made sure that there was up to $750 worth of surveys. You guys will make some money and I'll make some money too. Anybody else that has a business, I don't know what you do. You might be a mobile detailer. You could be a barber. I don't know. You might groom dogs or whatever the case may be. We have a lot of people here. We're up to 32,000 now. We're trying to get up to 100, but 32,000 will hold us suffice for right now. That means when you send us your posts, your flyers, I'm going to put that in the post area and everybody's going to be able to see it. Let's be a community, guys. Let's really rally around each other to help each other out. Like when I tell you guys to go ahead and sign up to the Show Your Talent search, and you guys haven't done it yet. So now I'm trying to beg you, please go on over to the website to join, because I want to be able to give you $250 in the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. All you got to do is go to the website, sign up to be a part of the talent show. You come over, let Bugatti see your talent. If you're the best one there, we're going to give you, boom, $250 in the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island. And once it's done, we have one final location that we bring you in Delancey Street. I will be there as well. That finalist was going to win $1,000 after you compete with every single borough. That's right, $1,000. Not coming from me. It's coming from Big Drip Hard Punch. That's the guys that's putting on this event. I just happen to be hosting it, you guys. So that's what I want you guys to do. Be a part of something that's going to give you money and put something in your pocket. I also want to see your talent, because there's so much different talent out here. I want it to be something different from just singing or rapping or dancing. I want to see a different talent. That's why I plan on hosting this event. The finals are going to be on Delancey Street, and I can't wait to see you guys there. That's what we got going on, and I want you guys to have a fantastic Sunday. I'm going to get me some worship. I'm keeping my suit on, so I'm going down there and get my prayer on. I'm going to send up a prayer for all of the good stuff that's going on in the world, all of the bad stuff to try to make it better. And I'm going to pray for everybody in the chats as well as in the comments, whether you're a troll or whether you got soul. I don't care either or. Still going to pray for you guys, because that's the way it is. Stay positive and have a good rapport about yourself. Not only that, definitely want to pray for the family of Harley and make sure that that grandchild is a strong grandchild, a masculine grandchild. You know what I'm talking about, a good one. And I just want to make sure that you guys take all of the energy that I've built up today. Take all of that positivity. Take the love. You see that love going up there? I'm going to take that, bloop, 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 and I'm going to give it right back to you guys, because that's how I want you guys to feel. Problems present opportunities. You were woken up today for a reason. You have another chance to get it right. So go ahead and focus on getting it right. As long as you're not being lazy, as long as you're laser focused, I think that you got a chance to get it right in life. Whether it's health, whether it's personal, whether it's finance or whatever. All I want you guys to do is try to stay clean and keep your head up about yourself and make smart decisions. Have three different assessments, 3 different solutions, and then pick the best one for yourself. Always, all the way down to the end of it, try to make the best decisions that you can. That's all that anybody can ask you to do. And with that being said, it's your boy Bugatti NYC. And like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you, Batty Lynn. I appreciate you, Kendra, VIP Auction Group, Rebecca, all of you guys. I'm going to get your names down, so I'm going to be like this with it. Especially, of course, Harley. You guys, y'all already know how we get down up in here. Casey, thank you so much for always showing up. And with that being said, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Turn up, live life, and smile for no reason. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Get 'em! One.